One Zambia, one nation. A warm welcome to Zanis TV main news. We are broadcasting to you from Mass Media Complex in Lusaka. I'm your presenter Nambula Mwangala and my sign language interpreter is Neha Mombi. Let's look at the top stories making headlines. Government calls on China to exploit Zambia's investment opportunities. Lewanika General Hospital receives medical equipment. Mungwe Town Council to be audited for failure to implement 2023 Constituency Development Fund CDF projects. Plus, Sinazongwe District records high teenage pregnancies. The news in detail. Southern Province Minister Credo Nanjua has called on investors in China to exploit investment opportunities in Southern Province as this will accelerate economic growth and industrialization. Speaking in Xiamen in Fujian Province during the Zambia Jiangxi Economic Cooperation Zone Promotion Conference, Mr. Nanjua cited sectors such as mining, livestock, tourism, energy and agriculture as sectors that investors can leverage on. He says the two twining provinces stand to benefit from increased trade and investment once the opportunities are fully exploited. Mr. Lisim Sole now reports.
He is in Fujian Province of China to market various investment opportunities for Southern Province in key sectors, among them livestock, agriculture, mining, and energy. Southern Province Minister Credo Nanjua, who officiated at the Zambia Jiangxi Economic Cooperation Zone Conference, called for increased trade and investment partnerships between Zambia and China.
As a province, we have got investment opportunities in agriculture, tourism, and energy. Southern Province has good soils, water and vegetation suitable for crop and livestock production. Out of the 4.9 million cattle in Zambia, 50% of it is found in the southern region. This presents a good opportunity for us to collaborate with would-be investors here in China, more particularly our sister province, the Fujian business community, to meet the national and regional demand.
With the current power deficit the country is experiencing, Mr. Nanjua has also called for increased investment in the energy sector.
The province is endowed with huge coal deposits which can be used for thermal electricity generation. The same area in Southern Province where we have got the coal deposits, there is a power evacuation link in the national electricity grid which is connected to the Southern Africa regional power pool. This presents an opportunity for us to work together in electricity generation.
And Jiangxi Province Department of Commerce is committed to promoting various investment opportunities in Southern Province.
Jiangxi Province has invested in 37 enterprises in Zambia involving agriculture, forestry, mining, infrastructure, construction, and business services. In the process of development, these enterprises have provided a large number of job positions, increased local tax revenues, improved the lives of the local people, and formed a deep relationship.
Whilst in China, Mr. Nanjua and his entourage will have a series of engagements, among them the 24th China International Fair for Investment and Trade, Liseli Muche, Zanis in Xiamen.
Senior Chief Mujima Nzovu of the Kaonda Speaking People has hailed the government for the good policies that it has put in place to drive development. Speaking when the Minister of Information and Media, Cornelius Mwetwa, paid a courtesy call on him before gracing Nkambi traditional ceremony, Chief Mujima Nzovu stated that his chiefdom has had its fair share of the development taking place across the country. The traditional leader said the government has made so many developmental strides as witnessed by what the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, has done so far. However, the senior chief has requested government to consider moving his chiefdom to Solwezi for easy access of public services. And in responding to the request, Mr. Mwetwa said the government has already started the process to see how best the matter will be addressed. Meanwhile, Mr. Mwitwa assured the chief of a smooth farming input distribution this year to enable farmers of agriculture inputs ahead of the season. Mr. Mwitwa also took some time to explain some achievements that President Hakainde Hichilema has attained so far on his current visit to China as the overseeing of the signed agreement between ZESCO and China Power Corporation aimed at addressing the current power deficit.
With the policies of your government, the policies of your government actually have been so nicely tailored as to respond and fulfill the campaign promises that your government made to your people.
We're happy to hear that Mushindamo is not yet starving, but you may not have sufficient to get through all the way. What we would like to assure you, Your Royal Highness, is that government is on hand to ensure that this particular farming season, which is coming, that there should be a smooth distribution of agro inputs.
Government says traditional ceremonies in the country should not be restricted to the promotion of tourism, but also be viewed as an opportunity for business. Minister of Information and Media, Cornelius Mwitwa, says traditional ceremonies have become business centers for small and medium enterprises. Details in the following reports.
It is a time to depict the journey of the Kaunde people of Senior Chief Mujimanzovu from Congo and how they settled in this area. Nkambi traditional ceremony is also a time when the chief blesses the land in preparation for farming.
Leza nkambo apeshe inontanda ya Mujimanzovu. Mwikare kajo. Vraino ke burongo kajo kamene burongo. Apumyemo bikora byonse byakosha ukwase kwaza mukajo. Kwa abakore kumera burongo. Kyashinajo twikikambija
Minister of Information and Media, Cornelius Mwitwa, represented government.
Traditional ceremonies do not just provide an opportunity for us to reflect and celebrate our culture, rather, they are now a center for tourism attraction and a center for business marketing. As we can see here in this main arena, we can see Sitco, PANA, Senate. You can name all these sponsors. This is now not just about culture, it is also about business. The President of the Republic of Zambia, President Hakainde Hichilema, therefore appreciates and values culture.
This year's Nkambi traditional ceremony has been held under the theme Fostering Community Development in Mujimanzovu Chiefdom.
Honorable Minister, I want to thank government for recognizing the importance role chiefs play in governance, thereby respecting them by accelerating the building of chiefs' palaces throughout the country. As a chiefdom, we remain optimistic that our palace for our chief is going to come sooner than later. The guests of Wanasa, you may wish to know that government has established a farming block in this chiefdom. In this respect, road network, good road network will play a critical role in developing and opening up this project because it will enable farmers to transport farm inputs and produce to markets.
Traditional leaders and other government officials also joined Senior Chief Mujimanzovu in the celebration. Sandy Mwenge for Zanis in Mushindama District, Northwestern Province.
Government has commended the National Pension Scheme Authority, NAPSA, for donating assorted medical equipment to Lewanika General Hospital valued at 200,000 kwacha. Western Province Minister Kapelwa Mbangweta says government attaches great importance to the provision of quality healthcare services to the people in the province. Mr. Mbangweta said this when he received assorted medical equipment on behalf of the government at a ceremony held at Lewanika General Hospital premises. More in the following reports.
Government has commended the National Pensions Scheme Authority, NAPSA, for donating assorted medical equipment to Lewanika General Hospital valued at 200,000 kwacha. Western Province Minister Kapela Mbangweta, who received the donated medical equipment, said government attaches great importance to the provision of quality health care services to the people in the province.
As a government also, we are glad and always happy to see when public sector institutions, private sector institutions, and indeed individuals come on board to augment the efforts which government is doing in the provision of medical care. And we are hoping that the others, corporates in Western Province particularly, will take a leaf from what NAPSA has done in bringing equipment worth 200,000 kwacha, which is a lot of money, and it will touch a lot of lives. For a hospital of this nature to have finished 100 years is not a mean achievement.
Mr. Kefasi Sinyangwe is NAPSA Head Corporate Affairs.
NAPSA is committed to supporting the government and the community in providing solutions to national challenges in realizing our vision of being a trusted partner that protects people's future and brings pride to the nation. It is the authority's position to support programs that are aimed at uplifting the lives of our members and the community. We do this through our corporate social responsibility programs in such areas as education, health, entrepreneurship, sports, arts, and culture, among others. NAPSA recognizes the importance of health as a basic human right and a key driver of economic transformation. As the old adage goes, a healthy nation is a wealthy nation. At the same time, we recognize the challenges that the health institutions face in providing care and support to citizens.
Both Acting Provincial Health Director Dr. Arthur Mutuna and Dr. Skake Nakapatiso from Lewanika General Hospital shared their views.
It is indeed great to be part of this momentous occasion that marks the 100 years of Lewanika General Hospital. We are grateful to NAPSA for this gesture of donating medical equipment to supplement the efforts of government during the marking of these celebrations. The equipment will indeed go a long way in improving patient care at this facility.
These equipments that we have provided will definitely significantly impact our ability to offer advanced medical services and improve patient outcomes. Your generosity not only helps us in our mission, but it also inspires us, together with the entire team, to continue striving for excellence in healthcare.
Darlington Kavambe reporting in Mongo District, Western Province.
Northern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Beauty Piri has directed Kasama Municipal Council to bring back marketeers that have abandoned their stands at Chikumanino markets in Kasama in preference to trading in undesignated places. Speaking when she toured the bus station and the markets, Ms. Piri noted that street vending is illegal and is disadvantaging traders who are operating in markets. Taonga Nkoma gives more in the following report.
Despite government banning street vending, some traders at Chikumanino market in Kasama district are abandoning their stands to trade from the streets. This has raised concerns among people trading in the market.
abanensi baleshitisha so tuyalomba kuchangala abanensi mwabakolonga kumwabaleta twazekana bena nchende ikusana twaikala kwa mtu wetu ila chaka ama office badi de kukuisa kunwashita kulira jaba pamito babutukira
bantu batu bawonsoke bakwatu bashitishe bineko tutanzika tabamoneka namo bashita kuri barebe neba mu myotoka ababenge bonse batanteme batata n'abamawe beshiringa bambire kwigira ku market bariko kushita kuri bariya bakumisemo naba babutukila limbi kuchichawa.
Northern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Beauty Undipiri, who was on a familiarization tour of the bus station and markets, expressed displeasure with the matter.
You were directing that no street vending. And the street vending, if it's not supposed to be allowed, we have all grown up looking at our mothers like this. Because the people are outside. What is the challenge?
The Deputy Permanent Secretary has since directed the Kasama Municipal Council to remove the marketeers from their undesignated trading places to fill up the empty stands in the market.
I think we need to take a holistic approach to ensure that these vendors get back into the market. We are going towards the rainy season. The issue of being reactive when we have cholera, we don't want it.
Kaonga Nkoma reporting for Zanis in Kasama District.
We take a break. Stay tuned for CDF News plus more interesting stories.
Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on Zanis TV, Topsatr platform, channel 6 DTT and 458 DTH. Don't miss.
Welcome back. Luapula Province Minister Njavwa Simtowe has instructed council managements in the province to actively engage with traditional leaders on the various developmental projects that government is currently undertaking using the increased Constituency Development Fund, CDF. Mr. Simtowe observes that traditional leaders are supposed to be informed about government initiatives and CDF projects being carried out in their areas for them to appreciate and effectively support government's developmental agenda. The minister said this when he paid a courtesy call on Senior Chief Mununga on the sidelines of the Obushila traditional ceremony of the Shila people in Chienge and in Chelenge districts of Luapula Province. Mr. Simtowe indicated that President Hakainde Hichilema has made a commitment to govern inclusively, emphasizing that traditional leaders should be fully integrated in the development process. And Senior Chief Mununga expressed discontent that majority of his subjects lacked awareness regarding the procedures to access and benefit from the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, due to insufficient sensitization efforts.
tungirira ishamfu mushesule baba ebene bamushiri baba nabantu nosala amafenso bapita mu yonse wena kira kushima kushiko bara kwato kuyonfa ero kabiri na funa tukonkomesha ba president wesu ishamfu mushena fitu afato musango onse fye ukubana imwe kabi no kumitungirira no kubombera chapa
kwambana pamo ekikankala kabiri ekintu ekikalamba sana ekyo twayikalira pesonde wikatana nokwambana pamo pauti fintu fireira pamo aufe pamo bwena mpalamanonga namupatana nishimikalire padataiti bwena antu ichaisa vekumunoga kulepa una mumutima olera ndefetina bachipaye.
CDF News continues. Chama South Member of Parliament Davison Mungando has expressed displeasure with poor workmanship by the local contractors that were awarded various Constituency Development Fund (CDF) in his constituency. Speaking when he inspected different CDF projects in his constituency, Mr. Mungando called on the local authority to effectively monitor all CDF projects and ensure that they were done to the expectations of the people. More in the following reports.
In an effort to improve the quality of education
President Ichilema emphasized the need for a safe and comfortable learning environment and advocated for the reduction of pupil to ratio desks to ensure each child has a seat, a stance aimed at creating an environment where children can learn effectively, comfortably, with dignity. However, the situation in Chama South is different as the newly procured desks at Chifunda are in bad shape already, barely a year older, a situation that has disappointed the area member of parliament.
I'm extremely disappointed with what Chama Council has done here or continues to do, simply because they're doing it in a very wrong way. You've seen a number of newly supplied desks. The president and the new Dawn government has given Chama Council resources in order to ensure that no child sits on the floor. Unfortunately, what is happening here is undoing what the president desires are. All the desks which were supplied here, less than 4 or 5 months, have all broken down. So we want to just instruct Chama Council to immediately recall those contractors. Indeed, they did wrong things here. Let them come and correct these square tubes. I don't know whether it's 0.05 or 1 millimeter square tubes. Let them come and correct them. Let these contractors, a contractor from Kitwe, the name we are told she's Kavinda Agnes. We are told Kavinda Agnes is the contractor who was here. Let this Kavinda Agnes come here and redo this work. Otherwise, the CDF will be sitting to instruct the council to take legal action against this Kavinda Agnes. If indeed they had nothing, they had no hand in this wrongdoing, this Kavinda Agnes will be brought to book. We want to see public funds put to good use. Another thing is the structure which was blown off. Chama Council engaged a contractor who has abandoned the site in spite of being paid. Failing to put your house in order, you also as engineers, you have the vehicle. The president has given you a vehicle. I'm reliably informed that you are doing desk work instead of being on the ground. You only come here on the ground when you hear the MP is coming. It shouldn't be like that. You need to be on the ground. How did people supply these substandard things? Why are people failing to do the work? Personally, if I was in your position, being in a profession that does what you do, this is a 1 week, 2 weeks job, it's done. But why is it taking so many months? We are going into rain season when resources are there.
And Chama District Commissioner is equally disappointed with the quality of desks being supplied in schools.
The part is the desk which has been supplied to this Chilenje Primary School. Some of the desks they've already broken down, even when they have not even clocked a year, not even 6 months. These desks were recently procured, but what we can see is just the metals which have been broken down. So I'm deeply concerned and disappointed by the supplier who supplied the desks which are not strong. And my president has always been emphasizing on quality. But what we see here is short works, poor quality. And I think we are going to call the contractor to go and redo these desks, to supply new desks, but not these cheaper desks, because we need to have the value for money. And that's the reason why we always preach on quality, time delivery of procured items, and the price. But if you look at the price, the money that went to the procurement of these desks, is a huge amount of money.
For Zanis, in Chama District of Eastern Province.
Still on CDF news, government through the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, has installed a new water reticulation system to provide clean and safe drinking water for the people of Namwala. The project is part of the 4.5 million kwacha CDF-funded projects that have been commissioned and handed over to the communities of Mbabala. Mbabala Member of Parliament Joseph Musanje explained that the community projects are ranging from water schemes, education and health facilities. Dr. Musanje was speaking during the handover of 8 community projects and grants to 89 clubs in his constituency. Kostak Mudenda has more in the following report.
The people of Mbabala constituents have had water challenges for some time now. This explains how grateful they are to the government. Today, they are celebrating because they are no longer covering long distances to fetch unsafe drinking water from rivers and shallow wells.
Imapenzi ngotwagaje sigumanzi twaligunga boya abona 2 kilometers gotega manzi
imeenda twagari gutega kumuronga gunywa ngombe angurube ponya no bagahotu goshe ba CDF bahotu borera boho eri.
Those received grants are equally excited.
Mukabu yesu tulire theni kwa twagoya kuzwidira kupe kwa mari hasika ku 20,000.
This clean and safe drinking water has not only been connected to communities, but public institutions as well.
The water scheme will benefit the community greatly, especially that we have managed to connect all the staff houses in the camp area. We have also provided for a water kiosk for the surrounding communities to be accessing water.
Fortunately, a kiosk was also installed at our school, where now the children are benefiting. Even sanitation is being attended to.
Mbabala Member of Parliament, Dr. Joseph Musanje, has handed over these facilities to the community.
We have just handed over, first of all, in the constituency, several projects worth 2,647,212,000. And we have given out grants to 89 clubs. These are grants worth 2.3 million kwacha.
The presidential directive for public places to have clean and safe drinking water is slowly yielding positive results. Costa Kimdenda, Zanis, in Joma District, Southern Province.
Government has called for the auditing of the Mungwe Town Council in Northern Province over failure to fully implement the Constituency Development Fund CDF projects. Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu says the council needs to be audited and establish reasons for failure to procure and complete 2023 CDF projects. More in the following reports.
Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu has visited Mungwe District to check on the implementation of Constituency Development Fund CDF projects. The Permanent Secretary started his tour by first paying a courtesy call on Mungwe District Commissioner Muma Musonda at his office. Here, Director of Planning at Mungwe Town Council, Cornelius Yanda, gave an update on the implementation of CDF projects.
Under 2023, we had 14 projects which were approved. We've so far completed 4 projects, and we are remaining with 10 projects. I think we had challenges in terms of accessibility to site. I think by the time we started implementing, I think it was rainy season, and most of the sites were not accessed.
Emanating from the report, the Permanent Secretary questioned why the local authority was still failing to implement 2023 projects. Mr. Mpundu also called for the need to audit the local authority over these failures.
We send our own auditors, our internal auditor, to come and look at the books. The reason is simple. We can't be sitting at 0% from 2023 project. Here in September, today is the 5th, 6th September, we are still procuring for 2023. No.
Meanwhile, Northern Province Local Government Officer Alfred Nyambose was also concerned over delays by the council to deliver bunker beds to Kanyanta Boarding Secondary School, despite government approving the request on time.
It was treated as an urgent matter because the school was facing challenges in terms of the beds. Now to hear that up to now the things haven't been delivered, I think it gives a very bad picture.
Geoffrey Piri, reporting for Zanis in Mungwi district.
We take our last break. Stay tuned for more stories.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on Zanis TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topsatr. Don't miss.
Zambezi East Member of Parliament Brian Kambita says that the government has continued to actualize the free education policy through the construction of new classroom blocks across the country. Speaking during the handover of a 1x2 classroom block built using the 2023-2024 Constituency Development Fund, CDF, Mr. Kambita thanked President Hakainde Hichilema for his visionary approach in using CDF to bring development closer to the people, especially in the rural areas. More in the following reports.
Kalola Community School has for a long time conducted its lessons in this makeshift structure made of mud, grass and poles. However, with the increased Constituent Development Fund, CDF, government has constructed a 1x2 classroom block to provide a conducive environment for the learners. Speaking during the handover, Zambezi East Member of Parliament Brian Kambita stated that infrastructure like this is a clear indication of the UPN government fulfilling its campaign promises.
And today, we are here handing over this classroom block, which has been built using a CDF funds. I'm elated by the fact that we are able to actually fulfill our promises in this New Dawn administration. We give special thanks to the President Hakainde Hichilema, who in his vision, he thought CDF is one important means to develop the country at the same time, especially far-flung areas, rural areas like this one, where development has been lacking since independence.
Meanwhile, government urges school authorities to guard the school jealously.
This is an infrastructure that the commitment of your able government and the MP has given to you. Please guard this infrastructure jealously.
Teachers at this school are elated by the gesture.
On behalf of the community of Kalola and the school at large, I'd like to thank the government of the day for the efforts that they have made to give us this beautiful structure so that our children will be learning from it.
Checheka Face for Zanis in Zambezi District, Northwestern Province.
Sinazongo District in Southern Province has recorded high teenage pregnancies that have negatively impacted on adolescents. The problem has resulted in negative impacts on maternal outcomes, leading to maternal deaths. Pride Walia has more details in the following reports.
Sinazongo District is among other districts with high teenage pregnancies, standing at the rate of 27% as at Q1 this year, against the national threshold of 23%. Adolescent health challenge is a matter of concern to the district, attracting the need for concerted efforts.
Those issues that are affecting adolescents, this could be alcohol abuse, drug abuse. We've seen these things actually happening here in the district. Teenage pregnancies, which currently actually stand at about 27% as at Q2 this year. Slightly, a little bit higher than the national threshold, which is around 23%. And early marriages, and then GBV, actually, that could be emanating from what I've stated already in terms of alcohol and substance abuse. And these are the issues and many more that are affecting adolescents. So usually we need to come together as partners to plan the way forward and how we are going to reduce these devices in our society of Sinazongo district.
Sinazongo Rural Health Center has seen reduction in the cases due to improved adolescent sexual reproductive health services.
Like in Q1, we discovered that Sinazongo Rural Health Center had a lot of teen pregnancies compared to Q2. The reason why there is a decrease in teen pregnancies because of we have adolescent youth-friendly space, how they can prevent themselves from falling pregnant, like even HIV acquisition, STIs.
And traditional leaders have urged the technical working group to continue discouraging adolescents from indulging in bad vices such as alcohol and substance abuse. The Adolescent Health Technical Working Group is equally implementing interventions towards addressing the health concerns of adolescents. Pride Warrior, Zanis, in Snazonga District, Southern Province.
Youth Development, Future Search and Investment, YDFSI founder Peter Mwanza has advised youths to form partnerships that will not only prosper themselves, but the country as a whole. In an interview with Zanis in Lusaka, Mr. Mwanza implored youths not to be reactive, but proactive in their approach to better their lives. Mr. Mwanza says the YDFSI initiative was created 3 months ago in Lusaka with the aim of promoting youth projects. He explained that the initiative is mainly focused on creating multiple streams of income through agriculture and waste management. And YDFSI Vice Chairperson Amon Piri said currently funds for the organization are realized through contributions from members. Meanwhile, YDFSI Marketing Officer Martha Kalomo said YDFSI will soon initiate community engagement so as to bring more youth on board.
As youths, we shouldn't just indulge into drugs, alcohol, and many other maybe occultic drugs, but rather to do things that are going to see Zambia prosper. If we youths can come together, partner together, bring ideas together, I think Zambia is going to be better in the next years to come. This group was found because we as youths, we want to have multiple sources of income, not only to rely on our salaries. And hence, one of the projects that we are embarking on is agriculture sector, waste management, and the vision is to become major exporters of tobacco as well as major exporters of sunflower. We don't want to become youths that are reactive, but we believe to be proactive.
So, for a start, we are using our own resources, and we are also bidding for tenders in the newspaper, via ZPPA and other platforms, so that we can achieve our goals together.
Everyone who's like all the youth in the community, they are welcome. Like if they want to join the group and see how we can all support the community, different communities, so that this can be possible. It's not going to be possible just within us, but with the help of some well-wishers and those who can come on board, they're also welcome.
Beneficiaries of the Citizens Economic Empowerment Funds, CEEC, are grateful to the current administration for successfully implementing the facility that has helped grow businesses. Christopher Mwetwa, proprietor of Chris Travel and Tours, based in Livingstone of Southern Province, is one of the entrepreneurs that has scaled up his business after accessing empowerment funds from CEEC. We have more in the following reports. And finally, on our news, Senga Hill District in Northern Province will soon have the first ever filling station. This follows the construction of a filling station by Safos Energies. And Safos Energies representative, Brian Mpundu, has pledged the company's commitment to employ indigenous people. More in the following reports.
Senga Hill has been operating without a filling station from the time it was declared as a district in 2016. But Safos Energies, a private company, has come on board and is constructing the first ever filling station in the area. The development has cheered the traditional leadership and the locals.
We depend on these boys, the pirates, that are bringing the fuel from Nakonde. And, to make profit, they add something else, paraffin and what's mixed. So we risk the vehicles usually, and a lot of mechanical faults, just all because of the fuel. So when this comes now, as it has come, it's really a relief to us, the people of Senga.
Abantu balishita sana atake abantu kunogwalwa, but this time nafichepana just because
I want by the end of the month, they are getting something.
Barnabas Mlenga is the foreman from African Cube, the company engaged to construct the filling station.
Amatanki yalipangwa yalipwa, and then canopy natupuisha, and then office natupuisha kusherefya ma finishing ya painting ama tiles na tumbi tuashara. And then nishtuapwilisha. I'm sure next month nishtuachita handing over ku neba filling station.
Meanwhile, Brian Mpundu, a representative from Safos Energies, indicated the company's commitment to employ locals.
The people of the constituents and the surrounding areas, even the travelers along this route, they always face challenges of accessing fuel. And what we are focusing on is employing the local indigenous people, the citizens of here. We are not going to import workers from outside, but we're going to bring in people to train these people how to run a filling station, how to deal with safety standards, and the all etiquette that's involved in running a filling station.
Reporting for Zanis in Sengahill, Namsokwe Wembia.
Well, that note wraps up our news bulletin. But before we say goodbye, let's have a recap of the top stories that made headlines. Government calls on China to exploit Zambia's investment opportunities. Lewanika General Hospital receives medical equipment. Mongwe Town Council to be audited for failure to implement 2023 Constituency Development Fund CDF projects. Plus, Sinazongwe District records high teenage pregnancies. On behalf of my sign language interpreter, Neha Mumbi, and the entire news production crew, my name is Nambula Mwangala. Thank you for watching.